Politics in Kenya keeps on changing, very dynamic. One day in Kenya's politics is a very long period of time. We are in February 2025. The next presidential elections will be conducted in August 2027, about 2.5 years away. That's a long period of time. And before that time, we will see very interesting political formations. I won't be surprised to see William Ruto and Rigathi together, or to see Raila Odinga with Rigathi together, or even Ruto and Kalonzo and Rigathi together. Or we can even as well find all these politicians in one camp. All these are possibilities. And this is why sometimes I sympathize with Kenyans. There are some remarks made by a very close Rigathi ally, remarks that points to this fact that maybe Rigathi's team might be mulling at a possibility of forming an alliance with Raila Amolo Odinga. So we might even have a Raila Rigathi ticket come 2027. And that's a reality that I know and Ruto knows that should it materialize, then it will send William Ruto home very early in the morning. A Rigathi Raila alliance will be very dangerous for William Samoei Ruto. And I know William Ruto will not sit pretty waiting for that to happen. He will obviously do something for that not to happen. Let's have a look at some remarks made by James Gakuya, a staunch Rigathi Gachagwa's ally. It will be very tricky now that Raila is back here. It would be very costly for Ruto because he must win and keep Raila. If Gachagwa's side is thinking of destroying Ruto's presidency, they may also poach Raila and make him king. James Gakuya, 18th February 2025. That's a staunch Rigathi Gachagwa's ally. And he's saying if Rigathi and his team want to destroy Ruto, they must poach Raila Odinga and make Raila Odinga king. If they do that, they will have revenge against William Samoei Ruto. But the big question is, will William Ruto sit pretty and wait for that to happen? I want us to dig deep into all this for Kenyans to understand exactly what to expect. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. It appears Raila Odinga's AUC loss has been a blessing in disguise to him. You are now seeing both camps, Rigathi's camp and William Ruto's camp. It's as if they are now angling for Raila Odinga. Rigathi's team wants Raila Odinga to join them. William Ruto's team too is determined to retain Raila Odinga. And that's why on the part of William Ruto's team, we are seeing them mulling at a possibility of even having the office of the Prime Minister to accommodate Raila Odinga. And some are now saying that Kithure Kindiki should actually step down for Raila Amolo Odinga to be the VP. So the loss is clearly a blessing in disguise to Raila Amolo Odinga. Why has Raila Odinga all of a sudden become a man in demand? Upon Raila Odinga failing AUC, there is a clear message Kenyans sent out. In fact, Kenyans made it very clear across the political divide that they still love Raila Odinga and they want Raila Odinga back in the country, if possible, to contest for the presidency come 2027. That's a clear message Kenyans gave out. Let's listen to this once again before we continue.
Leo hii kwa sababu mtu mwingine ameanguka na unaona ni kwamba si mtu kutoka kwa maeneo yako unasherekea. Sisi ambao tumekuwa tukimsupport, tumekuwa tukimunga mkono, tuko na ile huzuni. Kuna wakati mtatuhitaji sisi pia tuangalie hii kitu kama Kenya na tuache hii mambo ya kusherekea kwa sababu mtu mwingine ameanguka.
Nimeona uchungu sana vile Raila ameanguka. Nimeona uchungu sana, hata sijafanya kazi, lakini tunasema baba arudi Kenya, arudi. Tunampenda na bado tunampenda sana, lakini tumeumia mbaya sana.
Sema Raila asiretire. We still need him. Kenya needs him. He has a lot to offer to this country. And therefore, he should not retire.
Lakini bila ameshindwa arudi hapa nyumbani aendelee kusukuma gurudumu. Atusaidie hapa Kenya tumefinyika sana na uchumi.
Ruto amemdisappoint. The government has disappointed him. Akuja atetee watu, aungane na Matiang'i waunde serikali.
Baba kajibu nyumbani, siku yenye unakuja tuambie tukuje airport Kenyatta hapo tukukaribishe kurudi nyumbani.
Tunamkaribisha sana, nyumbani ni nyumbani. Hata kama ameanguka, sisi bado tunampenda na bado tunamtaka.
I won't be wrong to say that some Kenyans might have been shocked to see Kenyans telling Raila Odinga to come back home and that he should continue with the fight. Some even saying he should contest for the presidency come 2027. Very many Kenyans maybe were expecting that if Raila Odinga loses that seat, then Kenyans were also going to reject him. But instead of Kenyans rejecting him, they are welcoming him back and even telling him to offer his candidature in 2027, that they still love him. Compare the moods. It's coming out clearly to me that Raila's popularity might have grown with that loss. Before that loss, the mood was anti-Raila Odinga. After that loss, the mood seems to be tilting to pro-Raila Odinga. That's something I'm seeing here, ladies and gentlemen. And that reality is what is now making this comes to all angle to have Raila Odinga. William Ruto team now understands Raila still has the ground. Rigathi's team are also now waking to this fact that Raila Odinga still enjoys some good support across the country. That's why Rigathi's team wants Raila Odinga, and William Ruto's team is also determined in having Raila Odinga. So the loss is actually a blessing in disguise to Raila Odinga. Ruto knows that in the event of any alliance between Raila and Rigathi, his goose will be cooked. Because besides Raila Odinga, the only other politician that has a solid ethnic voting bloc is Rigathi Gachagua. He has more than any other opposition politician. So Ruto knows that in the event of an alliance bringing Rigathi and Raila together, his goose will be cooked. And because of that, William Ruto will try to do everything possible not to lose Raila Odinga. And that means anything Raila Odinga will request, William Ruto will cave in. He'll actually offer Raila Odinga anything Raila will request. If Raila wants to have the post of a deputy president, Kindiki will even be forced to step aside for Raila Odinga to occupy that post. If Raila wants house committees, William Ruto will offer him that. Any post Raila Odinga will actually demand, chances are very high William Ruto will cave in. And he'll do that strategically to have Raila Odinga on his team. On the other side of the opposition, they are now saying they want to make Raila Odinga king. That means they're ready to support Raila Odinga for the presidency. But will Raila Odinga give in to that? I don't think as of now, Raila will make that decision. I don't think he'll make that decision now. It's still too early. One day in Kenya's politics is a very long period of time. That's a consideration or a decision Raila will most definitely make around January of 2027. Whether he can join hands with Rigathi or not, or whether he will remain with William Ruto. And Raila remaining with William Ruto obviously means he will support William Ruto for a re-election. And by Raila supporting William Ruto, the highest office Raila will most definitely demand will be that of the deputy president, not any other office. Because currently as it is the president, then the deputy president. So if Raila decides to support Ruto come 2027, he will be William Ruto's running mate or a deputy president. And I've always explained here that as a smart politician, you must be flexible. We saw that sometimes back in Liberia, where George Weah contested for the presidency, he lost it narrowly, and then the next election he decided to be someone's running mate, and then after that, Weah managed to contest for the presidency, and he won it. So as a smart politician, you must and should be flexible. And we are also seeing that in the West, where after a president maybe retires, he's being hired by the current president and is being given a role in the government. So as a smart politician, you must be flexible. A Raila Rigathi combination will seriously deal a blow to William Samoei Ruto. Ruto should do all he can for that not to materialize. Even if it's about giving Raila Odinga that post of a deputy president, so be it. He should not allow Rigathi and Raila Odinga to come together. That will be very dangerous. And all that explains why Kenya's politics is very dynamic. It keeps on changing. Those who can remember before the broad-based government, it was very clear William Ruto was going to be a one-term president, in that he was being fought by the opposition, Raila Odinga and his team, and then the split between him and Rigathi was also imminent. Upon the broad-based government coming in, then all of a sudden it was assumed William Ruto now controlled Raila Odinga's support basis. And that was easily going to work for William Ruto in 2027. If Ruto loses Raila Odinga, he will obviously lose Raila Odinga's strongholds to the opposition. And it means William Ruto will now just remain with the Kalenjin backyard as his political bedrock. And that will be very dangerous for him. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Those watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, subscribe, give the video a like. Thank you.